Hey, hi, and hello. If you clicked on this, then there is something meant for you to hear. If you don't know who I am, hi, hello, my name is Zach. I'm the Crystal Coffee Witch on social media and the New Moon Owl here on YouTube. If you'd like to vibe with this tribe and go ahead and join our little nested family, then consider subscribing. I do appreciate absolutely every one of you that does watch my videos, subscribed or not. I appreciate you and I send love out to you. Now, this is going to be a career reading, anything to do with career, anything coming up in your career, changes, momentum, anything along those lines. And this is the various piles in which you can pick. You are allowed to pick more than one. There are some people that get very stressed about that. Yes, you can pick more than one pile. It is totally okay. Nothing bad whether or not you pick pile number 1, pile number 3, absolutely nothing. I literally don't even know what's under here yet. This is usually a surprise for me as well. So for pile number 1, we have the Earth Keeper with this absolutely gorgeous painting. If you're more inclined to pick based on crystals, this is yellow amethyst. For pile number 2, we have the word flow and black onyx. And for pile number 3, we have the word standstill with this absolutely gorgeous artwork as well, and a bumblebee jasper. The things that I do a little differently when it comes to readings involve throwing dice at the very end of a reading, whichever pile you pick. So I put down letters and numbers and things like that, and then I throw a lucky dice as well. That way you can see whatever numbers are going to be popping up, synchronicities, any kinds of names or acronyms that pop up in the letters, anything it is that is kind of throwing itself out there for your reading, for your career coming up, whatever that is, whether it's that new promotion that you've been trying to manifest or whether it's moving across the country to start your brand new career. This is going to be a situation where you can pause the video, you can take a moment, you can chill with these images and see which one speaks to you the most. Let's go ahead and get right into all the readings. Hey, hi, and hello, pile number 1. If you chose pile number 1 based on this absolutely gorgeous yellow amethyst, or if you decided you want to pick because of the Earth Keeper and or the artwork, this is your reading. This is your career situation happening. And we're going to see exactly what it is. These are always surprises to me as well. I'm going to go ahead and set that actually right there. Keep this little one in frame. The first one we have here is the Tower. So y'all have been going through it. No lie, y'all have been dealing with things and trying to get everything figured out, and it kind of seems like nothing's working no matter what you do, no matter what you say. Nothing's really working, but the thing that is good is that we have the Ace of Coins or Ace of Pentacles, so things are going to be moving, things are going to be changing, things are going to be coming. As you see, we have the Four of Wands to a more connected and more grounded and stable situation. So that's absolutely fantastic. For the Ace of Coins, some of you may have started planting some seeds, literally or metaphysically, or metaphorically rather. And it could be a situation where, you're starting brand new, you're starting anew, you're starting something not from scratch, but you're definitely starting something. That way you're able to actually, like I said, plant the seeds and move forward and things like that as well. You're able to move forward. Here we got the Page of Swords. I love the Page of Swords. It is one of the weirdest cards ever, but I do genuinely love it. And the reason for that is because it's one of those cards that talks about you've learned what you've needed to learn to set your plan in motion. Everything that you've been doing, everything that you've been wishing to do, you've basically gone from, here's my plan, and you're starting to execute that plan, which leads to the Ten of Coins or Ten of Pentacles. Things are, coming to a close in a good way. Things are moving forward. Things are moving in just a really good way. Things are happening for you. Things are going to start happening for you. Things might have started out absolutely insane and rude and crazy, but now things are moving into, like I said, the Four of Wands. We've got stability. We have happiness. We have things being finally structured towards the way that you've been working for it. Things are just moving in such a positive way for you guys. I'm super stoked about that, especially because, there are times where it gets a little crazy, it gets a little scary, especially in terms of career and finances and everything else. this is a definite like momentum of good coming in for you guys. And I absolutely love that. That's super exciting. So this next one here, I'm gonna go ahead and place right in the middle. So this was basically like some, lovely cosmic energy that I asked for you guys. It says the universe wants to co-conspire with you. I love this image. This is a Native American image. I see this a lot with my family. Being part Native American, we have the Earth Keeper here. We have this. We've got the Ace of Coins. There's a lot of grounding happening for you guys. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of just change and just momentum happening with you guys. Things are going to be growing. The universe wants to co-conspire with you. So there's definitely that momentum. There's that, it's just the word momentum is just what's screaming at me for you guys. It's definitely something happening for you guys in a super big way, in a super good way. Finally, whatever you've been asking for is going to be paying off, which I absolutely love. That's super exciting. So we have, next one here, we have attraction. If I can do that, there we go. And then we have emotion with a cucumber. So I love this deck. It combines flowers, fruits, and veggies and all kinds of things to really make the point across, basically. So with attraction, with the pansy, right? You're talking about attracting. Like I said, with that Ace of Coins right there, all of the manifestations you guys have been working on, all of that work that you've been putting in towards anything that you've been trying to get to move forward is now actually happening. And then over here we have, the emotion, the cucumber. Things have been moving forward, things have been super emotional, but it's also a situation where things are able to basically just happen. Emotion talks about the emotion that you put into this stuff, the emotion you put into things, into your manifestations. You've just done so much for your family, for yourself, and everything. And this shows that. This shows that progression to that Four of Wands, to that stability. You've done it, Group 1. You've managed to actually do it. So next here we have Ground Your Light. This is a fantastic card. I absolutely love this card. Ground your light, let your soul shine. And then over here we have Third Eye Vision, reclaim your mind. I love that these look so similar. This literally is like someone sitting here looking towards the future. This is literally someone opening their third eye, and it's leading to basically all of these possibilities, all of this option, all of these options. You're attracting so much over here, and then you're kind of leading with that over here. So I absolutely that just makes me super excited for you guys. So let your soul shine. You have been putting a lot of work into yourself lately. You've been putting a lot of work into your work. And for your career, moving forward, things happening, things changing. Like I said, there's a lot of movement going on. So for some of you, it's going to be strictly like that promotion, things planting the seeds type of situation, like things progressing in that amazing way. Over here with the Third Eye Vision, reclaim your mind. Some of you are actually going to be doing something more for yourself in terms of starting a business or anything like that. With that 10 of coins underneath and then that 4 of wands, I feel like that's going to be really profitable for you. That's, the universe wants to co-conspire with you. There is something happening that is going to be a momentous change. There's going to be something growing, something happening, something just, basically the seeds are being planted. That way things can happen, things can move forward, and things are able to, start for you guys. And that's absolutely fantastic. I do super love that for you guys. So I'm going to grab my little dice here. Like I said, I pull some letters for as well. So I'm going to put some in my hands here. This is so many, my Lanta. Okay, group number 1. Things are talking, but I'm going to do that. Okay. Okay, right off the bat, I don't know if it's just the current, I see HOA. So some of y'all might be moving into an HOA. That could be said something else. We have another H, we have two A's, we have another O. So for some of you, HOA is the thing, you know, is something that you're moving towards, something that's happening, something that is growing. We have another O, we have an F, there's an E, an I. I also see fire, you know, F-I-R-E, you know, there is a fire. So for some of you, a lot of the attraction that you've been working on, a lot of the moving forward and everything, and of course, these are just things that I see right off the bat. You could see your initials in here, you could see someone else's initials in here, whatever. But I feel like that fire has been started for you guys. That flame really kicked in for you guys, and you're really trying to move forward with that. You're really trying to make sure that everything is you know, happening and growing and changing, which is fantastic. So I also roll some dice. So I have several dice that mean different things. So this is a career reading, so I'm not gonna throw the dice for love because that doesn't really make much sense. But so what I'm gonna do is the white dice are going to represent things coming into your life. This could be a synchronicity number. This could be a birthday. This could be a different kind of date. This is just when things are moving forward type of situation. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a specific date, but it could be kind of one of those moments where if this adds up to like 23 or something, and then you end up getting a new job on the 23rd of the following month, that kind of concept. We will see. All right, we've got 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that makes me happy. And the reason that does make me super stoked for you guys, 1, 2, and 3 is synchronicity. You know, it is just something moving forward, something happening. Like I was talking about, momentum, things going from one stage to the next. And that is super exciting because you're able to actually go and move forward. Like I said, with this random double HOA, a lot of that momentum and a lot of that moving forward could lead to some of you finally buying your first house. It might end up in an HOA, but as long as that doesn't bother you, I don't see why the issue would be. All right, these black dice are going to represent things that are going to be kind of like scooted away or kicked out of your life. This could be, like I said, a number happening, a birthday, a date, something like that. Something is being basically pointed in the direction away from you and away from your life. This could be, you know, the day that that coworker that's driving you absolutely insane at work ends up losing her job or his job or whatever. It's almost anything when it comes to that, but the black dice do represent something that is not meant to be in your life. It needs to be removed in whatever way. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Excuse you. 1, 2, 3 being also, I'm gonna set that up here. So I feel like for that's fascinating. I almost never have had that in a reading before. So I feel like since it's also something happening, okay. This could also be 3, 2, 1. And the reason I say that, if I can actually turn this, the reason I say that is because 1, 2, 3, things are happening, synchronicities, things moving forward in the momentum, right? The 3, 2, 1 could have been the tower moment, you know, down up underneath here. Oh, goodness. Down underneath here. That could have been the tower moment is, you know, something needing to fall, something needing to break, something needing to happen in a completely different way, and something just change in that way. Something was meant to break. Something was meant to go back down to base levels, to zero, whatever. Something was meant to change, something was meant to happen, and it could have been the start of, like I said, that momentum, things moving forward, things kind of hitting almost rock bottom in order for things to grow and change. And we're gonna go ahead and throw the lucky dice. This could be any of those 1, 2, 3s, or it could be also 4. Yes, the 4 of Wands, absolutely. Put that right there. The 4 of Wands, things changing, things like just being stable for you guys. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything super huge, although momentum and change is definitely like being kind of yelled at during this whole situation. But I feel like it's going to be talking about stability finally. It's going to be talking about you had this struggle, you had things going down, you had things not going your way, things weren't happening, you feel like the manifestations weren't working, but now you're finally at this Four of Wands situation. You know, you're at this Four of Wands. You are at the moment of being able to say, hey, I'm stable. I have this structure. I'm, at a place of happiness, contentment, whatever. So that is absolutely fantastic. And I feel like that's going to be super exciting for you as well. These also, it could be a situation too. Four, like I said, could be the fact of it's mentioning the Four of Wands, can also be in like a 4-month time period or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 type of situation. It adds up to 5, so it could be 4 to 5 months kind of situation. That adds up to 6, excuse me. So, within 4 to 6 months, that could mean something, It's a situation where, especially if you're trying to buy a house, if some of y'all are trying to buy a house, that does take a few minutes to do. And so that could be a thing where in 4 to 6 months you find your house, it's absolutely perfect, you make the deal, yada yada kind of situation. I feel like the significance of the Earth Keeper and the fact that you chose this as well, there is a strength and stability within this card. It talks about keeping things strong and stable, like the earth itself, being strong, having an amazing foundation. There was a foundation that wasn't strong in the first place, and now you're leading to a stronger foundation. You're leading to something that is going to be fantastic, something that's going to be just, right up your alley. Everything's super exciting. Everything is going to be super just planned out. And whatever plans you have, like I said, you've got the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Coins, that's literally starting the seed and things growing from there. That is super fantastic for you guys, group number 1. If not everything resonates or doesn't resonate yet, it's totally okay. It doesn't have to. Some things come a little bit later. Like I said, that 4 to 6 month mark probably is going to be a situation for some of you. For some of you, you're at this point in the middle, like the universe is talking to you, telling you what to, you've made your plans with the Page of Swords kind of moment. Things are happening, growing and changing, and you're able to actually see that now, and you're starting to see things actually come into alignment. Just because everything doesn't make sense right now doesn't mean it won't make sense here very soon. In group number 1, I'm super excited for you guys, sending you all of my love, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey, hi, and hello, group number 2. If you chose this based on the word flow, the artwork of it, the number 2, or because of the black onyx, this is going to be your career reading. And right off the bat, we have a good amount of things. We've got some things happening, we got some things changing, okay? So right off the bat, we have the 5 of Cups. This deck uses the term elixir. And I feel like for some of you, this was the start of it all, right? This was a situation where, you're kind of at this moment right now. Things are really stretched. Things are really crazy. Things feel like they're really like your pinch and pennies kind of concept. But then it leads right into the star. The Queen of Pentacles, the 8 of Swords, or blades in this one, and then we have the King of Swords. The swords are not a scary deck or a scary suit. That's definitely one that makes people panic. We have the star because things are becoming a little bit more enlightened. If you hear something that sounds like keys rattling, my dog is walking around in here. But we have the star, things becoming more enlightened. You are becoming more enlightened. You are doing things a little bit more differently. You're doing things a little bit more consistently for yourself and your family, because we have the Queen of Coins right here, right? We have the Queen of Pentacles. The coins are talking about, of course, in this terms of money. We're talking about money. We're talking about career. You have learned how to do things right here. Like I said, on pinch and pennies, you've learned how to do things that make your situation, your financial situation, your career situation a little bit more easier on yourself. We have the Eight of Blades. This is the I'm getting out of my anxiety card, right? This is like, usually in other decks shows someone being surrounded by these things, and usually it's like, I don't know how to get out of this situation. But then we have the King right behind it. So you've worked towards something brand new. For some of you, I feel like that's working towards a new job. For some of you, that's working towards like, getting promoted within the same job, that kind of situation. I feel like flow is very apt for you guys. I'm going to let you know that when it came to these cards, they pretty much jumped out and everything was super crazy, super fast. Drawing these cards did not take but a hot minute. It was really, really quick. They wanted to talk, and I feel like that's a situation for you guys too. Not so much about you wanting to talk potentially, but for flow. There's that movement. There's that change that you guys have been working towards. Everything is kind of a little bit pinched and whatnot right now, but as you work towards yourself and you work on things towards your goals, things are going to be getting a little bit easier as you work towards those goals. With this one as well, with the 8, this, I feel like sandwiched between the Queen of Coins and the King of Blades and King of Swords, I feel like this is going to be a situation for some of you, you're already right here, that anxiety, that I don't know what to do, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to get out of this situation, or I feel like I'm really, really stuck. You could lean on other people. You could lean on your support system for advice or anything like that and be like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Let me know if this sounds like a good idea to you as well, kind of concept. You're getting to this point of queen. Doesn't matter what your gender is when you're listening to this. You're getting to the point of strength. You know what to do. You're kind of at that point of, like I said, pinching pennies, couponing, whatever have you for some of you. But then, of course, you're getting to the point of the King right here. The King talks about pretty much like what the Queen starts, the King keeps going. So like I said, for some of you, that's, the new change, the new adjustments, if you will, in career and whatnot. So then you had several cards, but this one here, you are perfectly imperfect. Okay. I am loving this card, but I feel like this was a message that a lot of you were needing to hear regardless, because this is something that you kind of are beating yourself up over when it comes to your career, things like that as well. For your career, like I said, I see something moving forward, things changing, things adapting, things are growing. The blades move pretty fast in terms of that. So you're doing what you need to do right now in order to set things in motion. You may not feel like it. You might not feel like it. This card jumped out super quick. This card was like, these people need to hear this right now. You are perfectly imperfect. There is no such thing as perfection, right? That is completely and totally just subjective on your own opinions and how you see the world and how you see different things. You being perfectly imperfect, you are where you're supposed to be right now. You are where situation-wise you're supposed to be right now, making the decisions that you're making and making the choices that you're making. That way things can progress. A lot of you are in the star phase, right? You're in that manifestation. You're in that intuition. You're in that I am going to make my dreams come true, manifesting your reality. It might not seem like things are happening just yet, but keep doing what you're doing. We also have duality with the banana. And then we have productivity with the pumpkin, okay? I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And the reason that I love it has to do with the cards. 34 equals 7. This equals 9. This one's just outright 8. So duality with the banana. So with the duality in general, and also like bananas in general, like in terms of they give you energy, right? The banana is said to be like nature's superfood for like being an energy bar, like nature's energy bar. So I feel like for some of you, you feel like you don't have the energy to move forward. You don't have the energy to be productive. And that's taking its toll on you. And I totally get that. But the fact that this number adds up to 9, I feel like is excellent because you are at the point where things are going to start changing. Like I said, that star, things are going to be starting to change soon. Things are going to be growing in a good way. Things are going to be adapting in a good way. The duality, I feel like, is that balance, that balance that you are doing whatever it is that you're balancing right now. You're doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing right now. The 9, in terms of, for the tarot and everything like that, it goes from 9 is like you're here. You're going to get to start relaxing soon. You're going to get to start seeing all the manifestations and all of the things moving forward that you've been trying to move forward. You're going to be able to see that here, and you're going to see it really, really soon. The 8 is all about nurturing, productivity, nurturing what you've been working on, nurturing yourself. I feel like for some of you, the energy that you've been putting into your job and finances and doing all of the shenanigans with all of that is amazing, but you're not giving yourself the time to see these results because you're so much in your head. You're so much in autopilot. You're so much on speed mode that you haven't given yourself the time. The productivity that also, in terms of the pumpkin, represents like growth, represents prosperity and things like that as well. I see a prosperous future, not to be like super corny with my phrasing there, but things are going to be moving and things are going to be changing and happening. We have a progression, 7, 8, 9. Doesn't matter if this one goes over here or this one goes over here. There's a 7, an 8, and a 9. Things are progressing, things are happening, things are moving forward and changing in a good way. We have this gorgeous card called Guardian. Guard your energy. You know what I absolutely love about this? The fact that I was just talking about self-care. The fact that I was just saying that you guys need to focus on yourself. That way you can see the results. When you're constantly in autopilot and you're constantly running around and doing things, you might not see that the little things are actually adding up because you're not giving yourself time to rest. You're not giving yourself time to actually see the things that are happening. I love that it's a wolf. I feel like for some of you, the wolf is going to be very significant, but also 1 and 9, guardian, guarding your energy, protecting yourself. You are also at that point of that 10. You're going to get to that 10. The happiness, things moving, things changing, everything like that. It's going to happen for you guys. And then we have channel your knowledge, critical judgment. Scooch these around. So channel your knowledge. For some of you, that's going to be strictly what do you know, right? Especially in terms of your career, what do you know? Put your energy towards what you know, what you're good at, right? There are some people that are like, well, I don't know if I can do this part of the job, even though I've already been doing it. I don't know if my company is going to recognize me yet. Keep doing your thing, right? Apply for that promotion. Apply for that job in another area of your company. Use your skills. Don't let yourself kind of fade away into whatever. Duality, the productivity, your energy, channeling your knowledge, channeling your energy. Critical judgment, we are always perfectly imperfect. We are our own worst enemies. We are constantly going to sit there and say, oh, I'm not doing enough, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. We are always going to over-criticize ourselves way more than anybody could ever do for us. And that's something, too, that you have to recognize your own strength. You have to recognize your own power. The flow also represents, I love that this one looks like water, and then this one, she's literally manipulating water. This I love because for some of you, you are a water sign. All right, hello Pisces. For some of you, you are very much a water sign. The star, down up underneath here, is usually, in most decks, represented by some kind of water nymph or, some kind of, person messing around near a river or pouring water into a vessel or something like that. For some of you, that is very significant because your emotions and everything is your strength. And for some of you, whether that's like this spiritual journey that you're on, you're trying to figure out how to do things differently, your strength comes from your emotions. And in terms of career, your strength coming from your emotion is going to be a strength to get yourself promoted, or however you want to look at that. So I feel like for you, group number 2, like I said, these cards really jumped out super, super quick. You guys are overly hard on yourselves, and in terms of career, you sit there and you're like, oh, I'm no good at my job, or I'm this, or I'm this, or I'm this. But I feel like for some of you, channeling your knowledge and things like I was talking about with, you don't know if you're going to get that promotion because you're not sure if the company is going to recognize you. Just do it. Apply. Try not to get so in your head and say that you're not going to be good at this or you're not going to be good at that. For some of you, if you're wanting to start your own business and be like, I don't know if I'm going to be good at that, go ahead and give it a start. You don't know how things are going to go, right? You don't know if things are going to be good. But at the same point in time, since we have a progression, we literally have 7, 8, 9, and 10. 7 is the card or the number talking about nurturing, growing, things happening. 8 is talking about continuing on with that. Then we have the 9, seeing the fruits of your labor, basically. And then we have the 10 here with the Guardian. Your guardians are with you. Your guides are with you. You have the energy being given to you to achieve these goals that you are trying to work towards. You are going to be able to work towards your goals. You're going to be able to get your goals achieved and see the manifestations, see the things happening, see your career increasing, basically, see your career changing in the direction that you're wanting it to go. You just have to take initiative first. You have to take that first step. That first step is always scary. That first step is always crazy. But like I said down here with this 8, hiding under here, this 8 of blades, like you are wanting to do things, you're wanting to progress, you're wanting to change, but it's scary. But at the same point in time, you have to take that first step. And I feel like that's another reason so many of you are water signs, is because a lot of the time you don't let yourself make the choice all the time, right? You're kind of just second guessing yourself and you kind of live in your little anxiety bubble. And for some of you, that is causing your anxiety. And you're like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm going to be good at it. But for some of you, you just need to take that first step and you just need to take that leap. Whether it's that new career that you're thinking about, that new job, that new thing that you're thinking of doing in terms of career, finances, etc., you need to take that first step. Alrighty, so another thing that I do differently, if you never had a reading with me before, in terms of on YouTube, I pull dice, I pull letters, and I throw numbers and things out. That way it can be the start, right? Something happening, things growing, etc. So I'm going to put some. Okay, so we have lots of E's. Okay, right off the bat, I do see here. Okay, lots of E's. This could be your initials. This could be almost anything. There's an O in here as well. So if you see your initials in here, if you see, someone else's initials, if you see an acronym, if you see anything in there that makes sense. Now, of course, with all these readings, they are generalized, so not everything is going to make perfect sense. So you might not see anything in here, but the fact that I see here, and I'm talking about being with your energy and being right there for yourself, coming down from, being like super, super high. You're like, oh, I'm like way up here and I can't focus and everything seems super crazy. And coming back down here to where you can see how much things have been changing or see the little things that are finally starting to add up. I feel like being present is going to be something that's a little bit more important for a lot of you guys, and it's going to be something that's going to be very beneficial, especially in the long run with things coming up and, you know, starting new goals and new things in the new year kind of situation. So I also have, you know, regular dice as well for numbers. So these white dice are going to represent things that are needing to come into your life, things working into your life, things happening in a good way, good momentum, that kind of thing. This could be a birthday, an actual date. It could add up to a number that becomes a date later. It could be a number that you see in synchronicity kind of situation. But this is what's going to be happening and momentum change and things moving forward in your life. And we've got 3, 4, and 5. So this could be like, you know, within, you know, the next 3 to 5 months kind of thing. But I feel like also it's still that progression. Like I was saying, things happening, things moving forward. We have this 5 right here. So of course it's still a situation of that, you know, some people are kind of stuck in this a little bit, you know. It also, 12 could be something significant for some of you, not all of you, but some of you. It could be a birthday or anything like that, like I said. It could mean getting super amazing news on your birthday. Who knows? And these black dice are going to represent something that needs to be taken out of your life, okay? That sounds a little intense. It sounds a little scary. These are kind of like tower card moments, basically. So this is something, it could be a date where, you know, in terms of career, you know, if that's a 12 kind of moment and you end up getting your favorite job on the 12th, but this is a 10, let's say that, you know, you lost your job on the 10th, but then on the 12th you got an amazing job kind of situation. Not to say that it will, but all right, we've got 2, 4, and 6. Okay. So for some of you, 2, 4, and 6, that could just be like that progression, but I love that this one stops at 5 and this one keeps going at 6. The reason I love that is because there is that progression, there is that, you know, things are still happening. For some of you, it's just because 2, 4, and 6 is just significant for you. But, oh, they do both add up to 12. That's fascinating. Okay. That's fascinating. The reason I find that fascinating is because I feel like for a lot of you, the fact that they both are 12, I feel like 12 is significant. It could be a lucky number for you. It could be a situation, like I said, it could be a date or anything like that. And since they add up to the same number, I'm curious what this one's going to be. So this is a lucky die, same kind of concept, like I said, moving in, moving out, lucky number kind of thing. And 1, okay. I love this. I'm curious. I'll roll again. A 4. Okay. So 1 or a 4, right? I'm going to leave it on the 1 because that was the first one that I decided to pick. For 1, I feel like that is talking about starting things. Like I said, planting the seed and ended up moving forward. And even with the 4, you have 4 3 different times. 4, 4, and 4 could be a significant synchronicity for some of you. If it's not a like immediate synchronicity right now, it definitely could be here very soon kind of situation. It could also be like, you know, something within the next 4 months or something within the next 6 months kind of thing. Even though 6 months seems super, super crazy, if you think about it, how quickly time moves when you're in a hurry or whatever. Being present a little bit more for yourself as well, listening to that flow, listening to your energy, channeling things, channeling what you are good at, listening to what you're good at, listening to yourself, and when you need to relax is also going to benefit your career because you'll be able to see things a little bit clearer, right? If you take a step back from an idea you have, whether that's a job change or starting a business, you take a step back and you say, oh, I could actually do this, this, and this so much easier. So then it definitely puts things into perspective. All right, group number 2. This is what I have for you guys. Like I said, not all of this is going to make perfect sense for everybody. Some things are going to make perfect sense for absolutely everybody. And I definitely think that things are going to be changing. It just have to be a little bit kinder to yourself as well. So things are moving, things are happening, things are changing. It's going to be a good thing. It's going to be a good time. You just have to let the blessings roll in in their own time. You can't put things on speed run. Just because you're moving in fast forward doesn't mean the universe is going to. All right? Be present for yourself. You are perfect just the way that you are. All right? Bye, guys. Hey, hi, and hello, group number 3. If you chose this because of the Bumblebee Jasper, the word standstill, potentially for some of you the number 7, the image, the number 3, what have you, this is going to be your career situation, your career reading, and right off the bat, I can tell you that these cards, like, were done. They came out super quick, and they were ready to talk. They were ready to let you know what was going on. We have the Queen of Swords in the front running, basically. We have the King of Wands, 2 of Cups, 8 of Wands, 3 of Wands. I feel like for a lot of you, you are in the process of like a business, right? You're in the process of moving forward, things happening, changing momentum. You are basically taking the initiative and just moving things along. You're like, okay, you know what? Things are not moving quick enough. I'm going to go ahead and just move it myself, pretty much. Queen of Swords with that King of Wands, you are taking initiative. Like I said, you're being like, I got this, I'm good, I'm going to do my thing kind of situation. The 2 of Cups, I feel like could represent a partnership type of situation. So for some of you, if it's a situation of a partnership, it could be like a partnership in terms of like career, what's the word I'm looking for? Like signing contracts or something like that, because I feel like right here, because this is like super quick, right? We have the 2 of Cups, 8 of Wands, 3 of Wands. So there's a plan in motion that you have. For some of you, it's going into business with your partner. For some of you, it's going into business with like another trusted person, a friend, whatever. It's a situation of there's some kind of partnership happening. The 8 of Wands, every time I see this card, it is always like the winds of change, things moving, momentum happening, right? Things are going to be happening, but for you guys, they're going to be moving fast and quick. And I think it's fascinating that this is a standstill. And I think for some of you, depending on what the other cards say, especially with the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, she's like, I have this plan, I know what I'm doing, I'm going for it, I'm literally like taking my options and I'm running with them. I feel like for some of you, you feel like you're at a standstill. You feel like you are stuck, nothing is moving, nothing is changing. If you can hear something that sounds like keys jingling in the background, my dog is walking around. But it is a situation of things happening, things moving. You feel like you're in a standstill. But I feel like for a lot of you, you're in this queen era right now. It doesn't matter what your gender is. You're in this queen era. You were like, okay, the swords are all about planning, being very meticulous. The fire starts with the wands and things start moving and changing. I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to move and it's going to move quickly, but you feel like you're at a standstill right now. I'm curious what the other cards are for you guys. You had some jumpers with these cards as well. So for the other readings, there were only 1 of these, but yours was adamant to have 2. You have the activated ally, and your effortless effort is fully required. So I feel like for a lot of you, that is going to be just one momentous happening after another. Basically, just whatever you guys start doing is going to be like one after the other, right? Like I said, that movement, that momentum. So for some of you, you're kind of needing to light the fire a little bit. Your effortless effort is fully required. And then it shows a wallet, apropos. But then your activated ally, this I feel like could represent a little bit of that 2 of Cups energy a little bit. Things happening and moving and whatnot. So I feel like there is that partnership waiting to happen. But I feel like there's something initiative-wise. You're taking initiative. Some of you are a little hesitant. Some of you are in that standstill. Some of you are like, ooh, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if I want to do this. This is kind of scary. But you're needing to take that first step to decide if this is the plan that you wanted in the first place, basically. Some of you are a little hesitant. Some of you are already in the king phase where you're like, let's go. Let us move it. Let's keep it going. You're already in that headspace, and that's absolutely fantastic. Especially, excuse me, we have stimulation with the chili, And then, whoops, and then we have regeneration with, what is that, tarragon? It literally just looks like rosemary to me. But, so stimulation, right? That fire, things happening, moving, growing, changing, right? And then regeneration. I feel like for some of you, that regeneration is going to be a rekindlement of some form. For some of you, that could be a partnership in terms of, like I said, that contract kind of situation. I'm going to put these down a little early just because it makes me super curious, because we literally have eternal union, new love is forming. So for some of you, I feel like that is that partnership that you enter into that kicks things into motion. The last one that we have is shield your energy and look beneath the surface. This one represents love and everything like that. How it relates to career is because a lot of times when you're, let's say you're single, you're solo, whatever, you enter a new relationship and this person gives you that fire that you need to go for your dreams, to help you open up that business, to help you do the things you're wanting to do, that moves things forward. That stimulation is coming, that regeneration. For some of you, I feel like the regeneration is going to be strictly based on like a rekindlement of like your fire, basically. You're trying to build that flame, build that power structure for yourself, for your new plans for your career, right? It's also a situation too when you enter into a new relationship, when you enter into a new love. Now, for some of you, this doesn't mean an actual love with another human. And what I mean by that is a new love could be that rekindlement, that partnership with your new career. Some of you are in the headspace of, I don't like this job, I really want to change my job. Some of you are taking initiative to outright just go for a brand new job. And that right there is going to start that fire. That's going to rekindle, stimulate, regenerate, create that partnership that you have with your job, right? It makes perfect sense for a lot of people to, be in a really tiresome relationship with their job and their career, and then they reach a point where they can start a new career, whether that's, they got married and they moved and they had an amazing career opportunity right there, or you just outright change jobs, change careers, something happened that gave you the option to have a new career, to have that rekindlement, to have that strength within to move things, that stimulation to move things super far ahead. You guys being able to, I know I keep saying the word rekindle, but it's so strong, that stimulation, right? The activated ally for some of you is very much going to be that partnership with another person, right? It is going to be that person coming in, swooping in, and literally just being like, hey, you said you wanted to start that business. Go right ahead and do that. I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to be your cheerleader, and everything's going to be absolutely fantastic, and I'm going to help see you through it, right? But then there are other people that are going to enter into a relationship, and they're going to be the same way, right? Some of you, it's going to be a best friend type of partnership. Some of you, it's going to be a situation where it's your life partner, your person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, your marriage, whatever. For some of you, it is a person coming in and being like, hey, I'm going to be your cheerleader, and we are going to make the best partners ever. We are going to be like the best business partners ever, and I want to see you win. For some of you, a new love, stimulation, and everything like that is going to be outright with your job, with your new career, with the new situation coming in for yourself. And that in itself is super exciting, right? That is very exciting. A new job, a new opportunity, but of course there's going to be some effort. There's going to be something required, right? So over here with the shield your energy bit, right? Look beneath the surface, shield your energy. That one I feel like is strictly you needing to how do I phrase this? You needing to recognize your own energy, recognize where your efforts are going, where your time is going, and how you are able to put that to good use, right? But also for some of you, it is a little bit of a warning, not super crazy, but just a little bit. The fire that is going to be burning and things like that could be a situation of don't let other people step on you. There's very, very small message in with that. Don't let other people step on you. Because even though you have this grand plan and you're super excited and you want to do these things, there could be other people that might just throw a big tantrum and they're like, oh, you're going to be terrible at that. You're going to fail at that. I feel like for some of you, you've already heard that. That's why you're at that standstill. You're like, oh, well, so-and-so said I wasn't going to be good at it, so I'm not going to do it. But protecting your energy, putting your effort and your energy towards what you're wanting to do and also what you know what you're good at. So I feel like for some of you, that is, again with the rekindle, I'm so sorry. Rekindling, you're stimulating, you are reviving, regenerating, there we go, that brand new love for something that you lost or something that you're wanting to start. And also something that I do as well in these readings, I put down some letters and numbers. They could be anything significant. They could mean absolutely nothing to some people and absolutely everything to others. And, okay. So right off the bat, I see big. Okay, that doesn't necessarily have to mean anything, but I see one. If I can actually, there we go. If I can spell. Okay. And then we have 2 Y's, another I, and an R. So that could mean, you know, this is the big one, right? For some of you, that is a love interest coming in. That's just in terms of career, right? Because love can change all aspects of your life. The big one coming in could mean a new love that's just going to be a whirlwind and everything's going to change. Like I said, this is going to be fast moving, right? But for some of you, the big one could be this new job situation, this new career, this new hope that you have for that. It also could be a situation too where, you know, you might see your initials. Maybe you see your partner's initials. Maybe you see the acronym of the company that you're wanting to join, whatever have you. I also put down regular dice. Like I said, the white dice are going to be whatever it is that needs to come into your life, right? It's going to be coming in, things happening, moving, changing. It could be a birthday, a specific date. Whoops. It could be anything momentous and happening in your life that's going to be moving forward. Okay. So we have 2, 4, and a 4. There's still that 2. There's still the possibility of another person. But also, you know, it adds up to 10, and the reason that I love that is because 10 is a sign of absolute total completion, right? A 10 is like, okay, all your hard work is about to pay off and you will see results soon. These black dice are representing something that's needing to be taken out of your life, so what needs to come in and what needs to come out. Also 2, 4, and 4. What the devil? Okay. That's fascinating. So I had not these numbers, but the same thing happened in group 1. So if you were drawn to both group 1 and group 3, it definitely could be a situation of 10 and 10, right? 10-10 could be something that you guys are seeing a lot. 10-10 could be something that you're going to see a lot. A lot of people, when they start seeing the happy numbers, the synchronicities and things like, oh, this makes sense, this makes sense, this makes sense. Everything is going amazing in my life. Everything I've been manifesting, I'm starting to see results. They start seeing the number 1010, so that could definitely be a significance for you guys as well. And then I have the lucky number. This could be, obviously it can't be a 10, but it could be a situation where it could be one of these, or it just could be a number that starts to repeat itself. It could be your lucky number, anything like that. And a 2. So for some of you, like I said, there is a partnership. There is someone moving in, the big one, the big situation. For some of you, that is a partnership and a connection with your career. There's nothing wrong with being a career person, right? If you are super hung up on your career because you're like, this is literally like, if you want to go to school and be a therapist, you're like, this is my life because this is what I want to do. I want to help people kind of concept. You have that relationship with your career. There's nothing wrong with being a career person. It's totally fine. But for some of you, I feel like it is going to be a situation you're just going to meet this person out of the blue if you haven't already, and things are going to start moving like a freaking whirlwind. Everything's going to come in like a tornado. It's not going to be a bad one. Nothing's going to get destroyed, but you're just going to start seeing things moving, momentous, things crazy and super, super fast. But there is an ally that is trying to reach out to you. There is someone trying to say, hey, I'm here for you. I want to be your cheerleader and I want to see you succeed. And that is super exciting and super fantastic. And I cannot wait to hear if this is a situation that's already been happening for you guys or if this is something that's not quite there yet. But it also could be like something happening within the next couple of months. So with the end of the year coming up, as I'm filming this, I'm very excited to see how the new year starts in a couple of months for you guys. And until next time, pile number 3, I will see you later. Bye.